Facebook Landia. This is Jonathan again, calling from Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Hey, so I want to share something with you today that I end up sharing with a lot of clients all the time, and actually remind myself of often because I need it too. And this comes from dealing with myself and dealing with clients, often who show up because they feel like they feel like their ministry is beginning to sort of clunk along. And I think we all know what that feels like. Things were going great, and I was feeling great, and now all of a sudden, it's just clunky, and something's not right, and I'm not moving forward like I want to, or like I used to, or like I feel like I should. And so it's just a simple idea I'm just calling today the Wheel of Fortune. So here goes. No whiteboard today, but I have this. It's a simple idea. That is this. In our life, we should be spending time hanging out with the Father, growing in intimacy with the Father. And I think that if we do that, if we are spending time in the Word and getting to know the Father more and more closely, that's going to drive us to loving people. And then I think that the more I hang out with people, the more I love people, the more I'm going to be driven back to the Father, or at least in an ideal world, that's what's going to happen. And so if you think about this as a wheel, it only works when both halves are there. That is, this half up here, I'm talking to God, I'm spending time with Him, I'm growing to know Him, just like Jesus did on the mountain, alone with the Father. That then is going to drive me back down the mountain to be with people, to love people, in the nitty-gritty, in the real life that is the world that we live in. Whether you're in what we call full-time ministry, or you're just living and trying to love people day to day, that's happening down here. And again, ideally, being with people and serving people and loving people down here is going to drive us back to the Father, back to intimacy with the Father. Of course, God's with us when we're down here with people too, but there is something unique, there is something different that happens up on this top half. What happens though for many people, and I don't think this is just missionaries, is we divide this thing in half, and we either only spend time alone with God and really value that, or we only or primarily spend time with people, loving people and serving people. And while both of those things, those two things, these two halves, are very good, they really only work as this wheel when they are connected. And I think when we disconnect one half from the other, maybe we don't know that we're doing it, but we end up feeling it because we start clunking along. And I know I have to remind myself, when I start to feel that, when I start to feel like things are just really tough, I need to make sure that I've got both halves of this wheel and that they're connected. So I think that a lot of Christian workers, and I think that churches too, also have a personality that either enjoys this top half more or the bottom half more. And I'd ask you to consider, which is your natural bent? To just spend time with God, connecting with God by yourself, intimacy with God, all that kind of thing? Or is your natural bent to spend time with people, to love people, to serve people? Again, both are good, but both need the other one. And again, churches, I think, fall into this. You may have one church who really emphasizes intimacy with God and spending time with the Father and all that kind of stuff, which is great. But maybe there's not so much an emphasis on being with people and loving people. You may have a church that's really emphasizing being with people and loving people and serving people, but somewhere along the line, connecting with God one-on-one or in an intimate way just gets lost. So something to consider when you feel like things are clunky. So again, Jesus is our example here, and I'll post a link to an article where I kind of discuss these things a little bit more, but he spent time with the Father. The love of the Father then drove him back to be with people. And then being with people and seeing the huge, overwhelming need drove him back to the Father. And I think that's where we all need to find ourselves, that we spend time with God, we're with Him, and if we're really with God, if we're really connecting to the heart of the Father, we're going to go down to people, and we're going to spend time with people, we're going to be with people. If we have our eyes open and we're with people for very long, we're going to have to get back up to the top side of reconnecting with the heart of the Father. So, just a simple idea. Let me know what you think if you want to, or check out the link below article called Please Stop Running, where I discuss this a little bit further. So again, that's all I got. Go with God. See ya.